Welcome to this week's episode of Primetime Football. I'm your host, Sam Otko, with my co-host, Alex Valerio. Alex, a lot of football that took place this past weekend. Do you mind catching us up?
Well, a lot of football did happen, but the biggest thing was Manchester Derby. I like to go back on the prediction I had last week.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you said that Manchester United would win.
I was wrong. They lost 4-1, if you didn't already know, and they got smacked. They got smacked.
I think the biggest thing that happened to me was how I was watching the game and the game was thrilling from beginning to end. Like,
It was.
It was all attack. Manchester City was just attacking, and United's midfield they were out of sorts.
They were just all over the place. They were like chickens without their heads, running around. And I mean, Van Persie wasn't there. He's hurt, so he couldn't be going, and making the plays. But with that, Rooney scored in the 87th minute. It didn't matter because they still got creamed anyway. But I mean, I feel like they need a confidence booster back. And they have to, once Rooney or Van Persie gets back, and Rooney and him can start scoring goals again, then that's going to give them their confidence boost, and they're gonna, the midfield and defense are going to get back together like they normally are, and they're going to do well.
I was on Twitter after the game, and I saw a trending topic, and it was Moyes out. I guess Manchester United a bit tired of him after 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, the new coach is definitely trying to see what works best, even though we all know what works best. But, I mean, he's just trying to, see what he can do. And, I mean, he should have been playing other players, like Nani and et cetera. But, yeah, so.
The other game that took place was the Chelsea versus Fulham game. What's your take on that one?
I mean, Fulham, that's all we have to say. I didn't watch the game, but I know from the highlights and from the commentators, comments on Twitter, just another Chelsea game where, Mourinho shows brilliance and, they make good plays, they score goals, they play good defense, and they clean them out.
Having watched the game, the game, it was a good game, but, like, the beginning of it all was a bit slow because Chelsea was still trying to. I was actually a bit scared because I felt that Chelsea might sleep up the game and actually Fulham would come right into it. But as soon as the Arsenal goal went in, it was all swell. And Mikel actually scored, which is Mikel's first goal in the Premier League ever. He's never done it before, and that was pretty cool. Other games that took place is Arsenal beat Stoke City 3-1.
That didn't surprise me, and I think Ozil might have assisted.
A couple of assists.
A couple of them, yeah. See, I think Arsenal bought Ozil basically for $50 million they traded
Well,
for?
about $42 million.
$42 million assist machine.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it's been paying off.
I was catching up on a bit of football today, and I found out that Theo Walcott is actually injured. So that's a really smart buy.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be without Theo Walcott until I think about October 26th, just about.
Yeah, I mean that was a while from when he got injured, a couple months, right? So I mean, I think they'll continue to do well. They'll stay around the top of the table, third place, fourth place. So we'll see.
I don't know what else. There's Capital One.
Capital One Cup.
It's right back.
Yep.
Were you surprised by the results that were?
No, every single game went the way I thought it should have went, except for the Arsenal game. Arsenal shouldn't have gone to penalties with West Brom. They almost 3 to 4 penalties, so they almost didn't pull it away, but they were sweating.
I'm a bit like, I was hoping for West Brom to actually win the game because now we have to face Arsenal who have Ozil, and I don't know how that's going to play out. Now, the next round is going to be Arsenal versus Chelsea, completely different factor to it, but it's going to be a really good game. I feel like I'm being spoiled, or any football fan would feel like that. We've been spoiled with really good matchups that are coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like here's my theory on the EPL. There's really good teams. There's the 3 best teams, in my opinion. There's obviously Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal. The three cream of the crop teams. But the thing about the EPL league is that any team can take the game, just like how Manchester United got beat out by who they play. Doesn't matter. But it was the last week. They got beat out. But anything can happen in the EPL, and that's why I think it's a good league to watch. So I mean, definitely those games are things to to look forward to. Chelsea and Arsenal, but I think Chelsea's gonna win. As much as I normally wouldn't say that, I think they're gonna win.
All right, let's go to Spain now and catch up with La Liga news. Let's talk about yesterday's game. Real Madrid. I'm not sure how to say this, but they played Elche. I've never heard of that team before. It must have been a bottom league team. I usually just focus on the top 10 teams.
Yeah.
But they won 2-1 in what is considered a really controversial
game.
Goal.
Pepe, my fellow Portuguese, kind of pulled someone down in the penalty box. That's what they think. But if you look at the video, which we'll show you right now, you see that it could go either way. But I mean, the ref had to make a call, and under the circumstances, I think that was a right call to make. But Ronaldo scoring in the 51st minute, and then in the 93rd minute, after Elche scored 3 minutes before that. So Ronaldo, MVP, man of the match, saved Real Madrid again, and now I think he has 210 goals in 206 games for Real Madrid. So he's definitely broke even.
That was a lucky win, I'd say, to be honest, because the game was destined to end in a draw. And now,
well, even with that said, they scored in the 90th minute, so they could have pulled off the 1-0, but they did score. So I mean, it could have gone either way. But yeah, if it wasn't for the penalty, they probably would have ended up tying. But that's football; anything can happen.
All right. Now let's switch to Champions League play. Next week we will have the second round of fixtures. Which fixtures are you really looking forward to?
I want to go with Dortmund and Marseille. I think that's gonna be a good game. Both two really strong teams, but I think Dortmund's gonna pull it off. And then Barcelona plays Celtic. History has showed us, was it last year's Champions League, that Celtic beat?
They beat them in one game.
And then I think
drew the other game.
Yeah, went to the other game.
But here's the situation. The goal scorer for that was Victor Wanyama. He's not there anymore. I haven't caught up with the players that Celtic have brought in this season.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's going to be the similar game plan where they're going to try to slow Barcelona down and have 11 men. Have 11 men defending.
I mean, I think they do have the confidence from last year's game, but knowing that player's gone, they're going to start playing more defensive lines. So like a 2-2 a 4-4-2 or something something along those sorts. But now that Barcelona has Neymar, which did score in his last appearance for the 4-2 win for Barcelona, I think it was yesterday. Neymar and Messi are going to be the two people they have to worry about. But when they can cover, when they play the strong defense and they can cover Neymar, sometimes he's there making plays. Sometimes he's still getting into the flow of things. And if they can cover Messi, I think they have a good chance of tying the game. Winning, it's a stretch, but tying, I think, is possible.
Well, that's it. Just cover Messi and you beat Barcelona. Let's look at the upcoming Premier League fixtures. Which ones stick out to you?
I think Chelsea, Tottenham.
Really?
Definitely, because I mean, look who's gone now, but they were able to bring in plenty of players to fill the void. Not fill the void, but I mean they definitely fill the spot that he left, and they're good players for the for the 100 million euros that they got. They definitely were able to buy some good players to help to help their squad. But I think Chelsea again is going to take it, and unless Mourinho starts benching the wrong players, then I'm
guessing you're referring to the whole Juan Mata scandal that's going on in Stamford Bridge. But I'm actually quite scared. I don't know if I should admit that, but I'm a bit scared because this is the best Tottenham Hotspur's team that I've ever read up on. This is really, they brought about, the players I brought in, they're all in the right age group. They're really young. They could play really fast football. And they have one thing that Chelsea don't have. They have a striker. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be the underlining factor. I mean, I'm hoping that they play Juan Mata, Eden Hazard, and Oscar, which I think could be a likely link up between the three. But that could be the deciding factor.
I mean, this is weird because usually I would say that Chelsea is the one to lose, and you would say
It's,
otherwise.
No, I'm not saying they're going to lose. I think Chelsea will stick it out and will come up with the result.
Yeah, but it's going to
be a lot harder.
A run for them, yeah.
Tottenham now is. I consider Tottenham a top 4 team. Top. I consider them better even than Arsenal this year. They'll have a better result.
If you said that last year,
yes,
I think that would be true. But I think with Ozil and him making that difference. Even though, yes, they were, they're still good both years, but I think him making that difference with the assists and, opening up the midfield and creating the goal-scoring opportunities, I think that's going to be a big difference for them.
Just watch. I'm just saying Spurs will finish higher than Arsenal.
Well, before we go, we do have a video this past week. New York Red Bulls played 1-0, but there was a little funny video that Henry started. He wanted the PK, wanted the foul, but he started dancing for the referees. So take a look.
Well, I certainly never knew Henry could move like that.
He's got good moves, definitely.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Henrying sensation that's taken
the new
over.
memes. Yeah. They've been coming up all over the internet. There's it's him leaning on a goalpost, and apparently people like to Photoshop and put him in a bunch of different stuff, like Miley Cyrus on the wrecking ball. I don't know. Just take a look at a couple.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those Henrying memes. Certainly my favorite one was the Maradona Hand of God.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
Well, that's all we have for you on this week's episode. Tune in next week for more football.